Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you ever booked a cheap flight, then somehow ended up paying hundreds more before you even left the airport? Yeah, me too. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the new travel rules and airline policies that are quietly draining our wallets and stealing our time. And I'm going to show you exactly how I work around them as a frugal traveler. Because the price you see online, it's not the real price anymore. Paste it. The TSA $45 forgetfulness fee. Let me start with a rule that honestly shocked me. Beginning in 2026, if I show up at TSA without a real ID or passport, I can still fly, but only if I pay $45 on the spot for a temporary ID check. Here's the real-world nightmare. Picture me rushing to the airport at 5 a.m., coffee in one hand, boarding pass in the other, and I realize my real ID is sitting on my kitchen counter. Now I'm not just stressed, I'm $45 poorer, and TSA has already warned this process takes extra time, meaning longer lines and a very real risk of missing my flight. That's lost money and time, the two things frugal travelers can't afford to waste. My frugal fix. I keep a travel-only ID checklist taped inside my suitcase. I store a passport card in a separate bag as backup. And if I'm traveling with family, I do an ID check the night before, every single time. One forgotten ID shouldn't cost a family nearly $50, but now it can. The Green Premium Surcharge. Next up, something airlines are calling environmental responsibility. What I call it? A new fee with a friendly name. If I fly out of Europe on certain airlines, I can be hit with an environmental surcharge that ranges anywhere from a couple of dollars to over $70 per ticket. Here's how that hits me personally. I book what looks like a reasonable flight home from Europe. Then, right at checkout, boom. A surprise green surcharge I didn't budget for. Multiply that by 2 travelers, or 4, and suddenly I'm paying hundreds extra just to leave the continent. My frugal fix. I compare multiple departure cities. Sometimes flying out of a nearby country avoids the highest surcharge. I book flights earlier, before airlines quietly increase these add-ons, and I always check the final price breakdown, not just the headline fare. Eco-friendly is great. Surprise fees? Not so much. The new pay-to-enter countries. Now let's talk about something that feels small, but adds up fast. Countries that used to welcome me visa-free now require paid entry authorization before I even leave home. That means Europe, the UK, even the US for international visitors. For me, that's another form to fill out, another website to navigate, and another non-refundable fee, even if my trip changes. For a family of 4 heading to Europe and the UK, that's real money gone before booking hotels or meals. And time? Don't underestimate how long these applications take when you're juggling work and life. My frugal fix. I apply as soon as flights are booked, not last minute. I use official government sites only, no third-party helpers. I build these fees directly into my trip budget so nothing sneaks up on me. Permission to travel now comes with a receipt. The carry-on crackdown. Remember when bringing a carry-on was how we beat baggage fees? Airlines remember too, and they've closed the loophole. Here's what happened to me recently. I board confidently with my carry-on, and at the gate, they measure it, including wheels and handles. Suddenly, I'm told it's oversized. That $35 bag fee I avoided? Now it's $65 at the gate. No argument, no mercy. That's money I didn't plan to spend. Right before boarding. My frugal fix. I use a soft-sided carry-on that compresses. I weigh my bag at home, strictly. And I never assume basic economy includes a carry-on anymore. I verify it every time. The cheapest bag is the one that actually fits. The refund rule that helps, but not enough. Now, some good news. If my flight is canceled or delayed long enough, I'm entitled to an automatic cash refund. No begging, no forms. That's a win. But here's the catch I learned the hard way. That refund does not cover lost hotel nights, more expensive replacement flights, food, clothes, or transportation during delays. So yes, I get my ticket money back, but I'm still paying out of pocket for everything else. My frugal fix: I avoid tight connections whenever possible. I book hotels with free cancellation, and for bigger trips, I consider travel insurance that covers delays, not just cancellations. A refund is helpful, but it's not a safety net. The frugal traveler verdict: here's the bottom line. Travel hasn't just gotten more expensive, it's gotten more complicated. Fees are stacked, rules are stricter, and the price you see is rarely the price you pay. But as the frugal traveler, I've learned this. The new currency of travel isn't just money, it's preparation. When I plan ahead, read the fine print, and budget for reality, not advertising, I still travel well and affordably. If this video saved you money, time, or stress, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick with me. Because frugal travel isn't dead, it's just smarter now.